that is good for you to have in your notebooks or your notes, some things that I was thinking about on why people join us, why people follow us into this business. What I love about, especially our office, not every office is like this, but we have a very diverse group. We have young, we have old, we have people that are really educated, people that are right out of high school, people from many different backgrounds and countries and ways of thinking. And so it's when you come into an environment like this and you see so many different people, what that should do is inspire you and motivate you to go out and recruit as many people as possible. You know, in Primerica, we say you want to cast a wide net. There is really no way to selectively recruit in Primerica. It's just really difficult, right? If you're Meta, yeah, you can say I only want to recruit engineers, but it doesn't work like that here. You have to go out and talk to as many people as possible. There's no shortcuts to finding good people. You just have to run high numbers. That's it. You know, Jim Rohn, he's a philosopher. One of the things that he says is, all I can do is plant seeds. I can't control which ones grow. What I can control is how many more seeds I plant. That's the mindset that we have to have, right? What we do sometimes, right, even I get caught doing this, is I recruit someone really good and I'm like, she's gonna grow, I'm gonna water her, and one day she's gonna be this, right? I can't control what people do. You can't sit there and wait to see, okay, are these ones gonna grow? Are these ones gonna come through? Do these ones wanna become full-timers? All you can say is, hey, I'm gonna plant more and more and more seeds, and I know one thing, if I plant enough seeds, if I just keep planting seeds, I know at some point I'm gonna have a good amount of plants, or whatever it is that you're growing, right? So let's go through this really quick. Why do people join? And I'm gonna ask at the end, you know, who, or after each point, who fits into these different categories. Sometimes, because why you came in, we start to think this is why everyone is going to come in. People have different hot buttons. People have different things that motivate them. It's common sense with people skills, right? But when you're new, you're thinking, well, I came in for the money and I'm gonna just talk about that to people. Yes, that's a big factor. But I'll tell you something, we have many people that come, they're here for years. They don't produce, they don't make money. Why do they keep coming? There's another reason why they come. It's not just about the money. And by the way, good for them. And I always welcome anyone that wants to come, regardless if you're a producer or not. They don't like their job and they're looking for a change with greater income potential. This is the most obvious thing. And the reason why we lead with this is because we know most people don't like their job and most people are not happy with their pay. So if you use the opportunity meeting that Shaq does, if you do our interview, it basically really tackles these things right here. Why it's better to work for yourself, what sucks about a job, maybe we tell our own experience about what happened at a job, and we're looking for those people because there's so many of them that are unhappy with their job, and everybody wants to make more money that has a job. That's why when they get a better offer, they leave and they do all these different things. Now, there are some people out there, they love what they do, but the fact that you can make $30,000 to $40,000 extra part-time, it's such a game changer for their income. So at L3, what was the average salary of the people? And like, I know there's so many different levels, right? But
yeah.
Just a normal employee working there, what was the average salary?
Probably about 120,000.
Awesome. Okay, so let's take 120,000. If someone making 120,000 could raise their income from 120 to 160 in corporate America, how big of a jump is that?
That's huge.
It's huge. People go back for master's degrees to hope to make, we talked about it last week, $10, $12, $15, $20,000 more. People get PMPs and Scrum Master certified and whatever it is that they do to try to raise their income. That is the only reason why you get those certifications. And we have an opportunity where just with insurance, confident you can make $24,000 a year, $2,000 a month just on insurance. If you get an investment license, easy. If you're productive, semi-productive, $3,000, $4,000 a month. We have examples of that everywhere, right? So if someone can add 30, 40,000 to 120, you're talking about a 30% pay increase. The average pay increase is what? 3%. So you got to talk to people about that, right? Hey, sometimes they have an automated response. In sales, we call that an automated response. Someone comes to your door, someone calls you, someone asks you a question, and right away, no is on the tip of your tongue. They don't even know what you're going to ask, and it's a no. And you got to remind people, right, if you have a chance to talk to them, that the percentage increase in your income from just working part-time and keeping what you're doing is huge, okay? They need a financial education so they can learn how to win the money game. There is a game. We're all playing in it. Most people are not winning. Because the first thing you try to do to retire is open up a Robinhood account. That's not going to help you. That's fun, and that's gambling, and it's just like fantasy football, and you get to talk to your friends about it, you get to be part of the crowd, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but can we make sure that you're invested in well-diversified mutual funds? Can we make sure that you're maximizing your retirement accounts so that no matter what happens in your trading account, maybe you're one of the ones, you hit the lottery on a stock, good for you. But at a very minimum, in 20, 30 years, you are going to be financially independent. Or how about, you're putting in $500 a month, $1,000 a month into a life insurance policy that's completely stealing your wealth? Where they're lying to you, where you literally feel that you are going to be able to retire off something and it's a complete freaking lie? How about you learn how to do that so we can help you win the money game? We're all playing in it. I don't care what your major is or where you work. We're all working to make money. Wouldn't it be smart to learn what to do with the money? Had a client call me. This lady has an MBA and she has $600,000 invested with me. And she calls me, and she said, I really got to talk to you. And I said, what's up? And she's telling me a story about how her friend took $500,000 out of his 401k and now is starting to, he's developing real estate or whatever in Africa. Okay? So she is literally on the verge of telling me she wants to take the money out of her retirement account and she wants to give it to him because he has this amazing idea and he's doing so well. And after I go through all the business examples I know and why that's a bad idea and talk her out of it, then she goes, oh, and by the way, he also told me that he's trading futures on Robinhood, and and now I'm just like, dude, just stay away from this guy. Now he's found 2 ways to get rich that are highly speculative.
Oh my God.
2 things that are taking people under: investing randomly in a foreign country, and then you're trading futures. 2 things that take people under. He's mastered them both, and he's telling you to do the same thing.
That's crazy.
Right? Her returns with me have been phenomenal, but it's not because I'm getting her the return. The market is getting her the return. What I am getting her is this advice. How much did I save? How much did I save in that conversation with her? How much did I save her? What did I change in her situation that she called me and talk to, an intelligent person about how dumb this idea is? Because people don't realize, right? Oh, financial advisor, whatever. Hey, she had somebody to call. Do you? They dream about owning a business. These people are out there, right? I always talk about this. I used to be in a networking group. Some of you guys are in it right now, BNI, and people would come and they would join the group, and it'd be random people owning random businesses. This lady was like, yeah, I was head of PR at this big firm, and now I own a sign company. So when people need a sign, she makes it. And then I meet this skinny Indian lady who's never lifted a weight in her life, and she's like, I just opened a gym. And how did you get into this? Oh, well, I went and saw a consultant, and then they made me do a test, and then they told me this is the best franchise. That's how bad people want to run businesses. They're doing crazy stuff like this. They need a backup plan in case of future downsizing. Never been a better time to talk about this point right here. Because now, the most secure job in people's mind and society's mind, which is a government job, now even that is gone for people. And it's really messed with people's mindset, the perspectives on what a good job is. And now everyone is wondering, could something happen to my industry? Could something happen to my company? Could something happen to my job? Could something happen to my department? And maybe they're more open-minded to learn something different, right? Right, Josh? You make a lot of these calls, right? And people are way more open-minded now. They used to say, I'm a government contractor. I work for the government. I'm never, how'd you get, right? Now it's like, yeah, tell me more.
Yeah.
They're more open-minded. But why do people follow us, right? Number one, they follow us, and this is where you have to work on yourself. There are people that are looking for us, but are you the right person for them? This is where you got to work on yourself. They come to you for insight. You know, more and more, and I talk to my wife about this, when you go out and deal with people in any profession, what you start to realize is most people are freaking incompetent.
Yes.
And it's so annoying. And as I get older, and I have high expectations of myself and the standard that I put on myself towards my clients, that when I'm not receiving that in the overall marketplace, then it's annoying to me. Like, dude, learn how to do your job. Learn how to provide a service. Learn how to return. And this is everywhere. It's in real estate, mortgages, all the similar industries that we're in, right? People will follow you because they'll realize, oh, this person is competent. This person knows what they're doing. People are attracted to competent people. This company, man, what it's taught me about business, about finance, about the economy, about dealing with people, it's like I was at a dinner party last night, you know, all millionaires, business owners, CEOs, whatever, and I just think about it like, wow, I can actually talk to these people because of what this company taught me. But I showed up and I worked on myself, right? Ability, what you do. People will follow you, right? Not just for what you know, but what you do. Man, Shondell, she's always going on appointments and she's getting these big transactions and, you know, she's always recruiting new people and she knows how to get people licensed and she knows how to read policies. And she's doing it. And we see Jen sitting with everyone and she's constantly setting appointments. And then we see, you know, she's building a meeting attendance, 40 people on her own, in her own location. They'll follow you for your ability, right? They'll follow you for your character. This is one thing I don't mess around with. We are not one of these other companies. We don't just do whatever to clients so we can make money. We don't put our hands in our recruits' pockets, right? If it's a financial thing with me and someone else, I'm just gonna give in. I don't want to have a fight about money with people. And that's why I have the reputation that I have. That's why people want to do business with me. They want to work with me because I am a good, write this down, transaction partner. I'm not constantly drilling people down to get the best deal so they don't make money so I can make more or do whatever, right? I want the people around me, anything I'm involved in, for them to do good so that they will continue to do business with me. I'm truthful with my clients. I'm honest with my clients. I turn away clients who don't need what we're offering. I tell clients what's in their best interest and not mine. And people start to realize, because many people, just like they're incompetent, they have bad character. They have character flaws. And one thing about this company, we do the right thing. Passion, what you feel, right? People want to be around passionate people. When you think about the sportscasters and the politicians and the people on TV, you know, unfortunately, sometimes it is the loud people. It is the people who have strong opinions. And as human beings, we're drawn to those people. So don't fake it, but you gotta find something that gets you excited, sometimes gets you mad, sometimes gets you intense. And people will follow you for that because they got nothing going on. They wanna be around that heat. right? And lastly, they'll follow you because of your success and what you achieve. One of the levels of leadership is track record, production, right? You want to build a track record. So we tell people, man, when you come in, before you're licensed, you can build an amazing story you can tell for the rest of your career of what you did before you got licensed. Then what you did as a district and a division and as a regional leader and RVP and all that, and I won this trip and all these different stories, and people will follow you for that. So hopefully that's some good notes for you guys. I want to bring up Val really quick. She's going to do